here we are. Very professional. Oh my god. What is this? We're seeing a drone mirror right out of the gate. I don't think anyone could probably see this coming. I don't know why they went drone. However, they have free will. So that's what ended up happening. We're gonna see what's happening here. Okay, the wall. We've got a jackrabbit to supply, sending a marine to supply, sending another marine to supply, which means he's gonna be a bit power starved. Mike and I were getting on wall, telling him to collect power at the beginning of the game. However, it seems he has not learned his lesson. Loon, on the other hand, has a rally point here. However, no, he didn't send one of his starting marines to the power either. It seems both players have something to improve on right out of the gate. Wall going Gen 3rd, meanwhile Loon seems to be going Gen 2nd, which Gen 2nd is not a bad build if you're opening Hero, which he could be doing. Jerome's not a bad leader to do that with. However, he did not upgrade his supply pad, so he's going to be at a little bit of a deficit with supplies, so he might not be able to pick up his minis at a great time. That's why you want to send a marine over to the power right away, so you can upgrade that supply, and you don't really have to put that much of a delay on your upgrade on your generator. So a little bit of a nitpick there. Besides that, we've got the wall with a mini over here, Jackrabbit, going to the power on the right side of the map. My camera work is 10 out of 10. Second gen coming down, pretty standard, just Gen 3rd, 5th. That's semi-fast tech, not the traditional like Gen 1st, super fast tech, but it'll still get you Tech 2 at a very reasonable time. Loon does not have his second mini yet. That's actually very surprising. On a map like Rift, if your opponent gets one of your minis, you're pretty boned. Like 3 minis to 1, it's not pretty. So you want to get both of those within like the minute 30 mark. Recycles a pad, going for a second gen. Pretty standard, and we have a barracks coming up. So I'm guessing he's just going to be opening with either Marine Flamer or Marine Sniper, something like that. Probably going to be getting Grenade Throw, and that's certainly a good composition to open up with. However, the wall's tech is going to be a little bit faster because right out of the gate he started with the double gen. Meanwhile, Loon did DQ a pad in order to build his second gen. Neither player seems to have gotten a node yet, which I think I'm like 2.5 minutes in. So when you want to get your node, so they are a little bit behind here, but it looks like the wall is coming in with 3 marines here to take his first node. Seems Loon is getting a little bit of scouting in, setting a marine on hold position to this mini in the back. Really hope he doesn't think he's going to get a mini steal because he's over 3 minutes into the game. If you're going to go for a mini steal, you really have to send a unit over to their side of the map right away. Can't really be wasting time. Loon is stacking a little bit of supply here. He could be queuing something up in this barracks or in this mini, or he could even take a base. As he's Jerome, taking an early expo is certainly not a bad idea. As a third point, you get Mastodons, and in order to get a good amount of those, you have to have 2 bases. We have a hero out from the wall. Like I said, Jerome is not a bad leader to go hero with. And he's recycled his armory for a second barrack, so he's kind of doubling down with this infantry play. Looks like he's going to start to sprinkle in a couple snipers. Meanwhile, Loon getting aggressive with a measly 3 marines and 1 sniper. If the wall responds to this in a timely manner, then Loon will definitely be getting caught out of position, and it will not be pretty. I think the Wall certainly has the better army here. While pop-wise, it does look like Loon has 60 pop to 45. Judging from what's here, I think the Wall could definitely take this fight. Although that sniper on the high ground there is going to be a bit of a problem. Not sure if Loon has grenade throw. I haven't seen any grenades thrown yet, so that might make dealing with the command mantis a little bit more difficult. Besides that, not too much happening back at home. Look, actually he has upgraded a second pad and queued Tech 2. Meanwhile, the Wall has not queued Tech 2 yet. We have res drones. I don't know who that was from. Could be either. But it looks like the Wall is taking this fight quite convincingly. For not going for a hero, Loon was quite aggressive. I wouldn't advise being that aggressive if you're mirroring. One person goes for a hero, the other person doesn't go for a hero. It just makes more sense that the person without the hero shouldn't be getting overly aggressive, but, you know. That's okay. It's nothing game deciding here. Either way, Loon has reached Tech 2 first. And has combat tech queued. No expansions. Oh, what? Was that a lag out? That might have been a lag out. Because the game was not over. The Wall is victorious. We might not count that. I'm gonna have to see what happened. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna join their party and ask if that was a lag out, because that game was not over. I'll just message Loon. Okay, well, they're restarting, so I'm guessing it was a lag out, and I've just tired my voice out for nothing. Oh, God. Nope, it wasn't lag? Oh, he just told me it wasn't lag. I don't know why he resigned. Okay, well, shouldn't they change map? Who's Wall is squad leader? Okay, I need to message him. Okay, well, I was not able to inform him in time that really Loon should be picking the map, but I don't know why I'm not squad leader. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But we do have a different matchup. I really don't know why that game ended when it did, but that's alright. So it's 1-0 in favor of the Wall. Now we have an Atriox versus Decimus, which is an interesting matchup. I don't exactly know how it should go. Typically, I think early on with the hero jump pack brute play, Atriox can be quite a bit stronger. But later on, obviously, once he gets his passives and Decimus on the field, Decimus takes control. So we're seeing something interesting here. Extractor first with a chopper, so that's definitely going to be a faster tech. Either that or he's going to be going for a double raid camp on his main or something like that. Going to get a cheesy win, something like that. Um, Meanwhile, we have the wall doing an identical build to what he was doing with Jerome, which is standard. He's got his mini base a little bit early. Most of the time you don't have to grab it quite so early. And once again, he has not gathered the power here. So, he is not able to upgrade this gen right away. I hope he watches this series back so that he can send a grunt to power right away and collect power. I think he thinks we were just joking when we were telling him to collect power, but we weren't. You really need to collect power, guys. It's an insta-win. Just collect power and you win. It's that easy. Okay, so obviously Loon is not going for a fast tech if he is upgrading 2 harvesters. So he's just kind of mixing up his build a little bit, it seems. He's probably going to go for an infantry-heavy play. He is the Decimus, however, in this situation. So I think he might want to open up with something like Chopper Sui, going for a second power extractor, which the wall has done as well. It's not yet upgraded, but I'm guessing he's going to be getting on that soon. Oh, Loon has eyes on this mini, which for some reason wall didn't take, and now Loon has 3 minis to 1, which, as I alluded to in the last game, is something you want to avoid at all costs on this map, because it's a very big disadvantage. The wall has put down a global rally point right next to this mini. He really wants to get that down as fast as possible. To have like a raid camp on this with jump pack brutes coming out of it would be a travesty, to say the least. On Loon's side of the map, he's got his rally point over here. Never mind, it's over here now. So it seems like this this mini is going to be a distraction, nothing more. He's just putting down a harvester on it. And with that opening he's creating, he's going to push on the other mini to try and get an advantage. So this is a relatively early push, not even 4 minutes into the game. We have a chopper and 3 grunts, no shrapnel mines either, so really, if the wall wanted to, he could just bring back these 2 units and be able to contest this very easily. The mini has been cleared out. That's a lot of units. He probably didn't need to dedicate quite that many units to clearing out a mini. Also, he should leave behind a grunt so that he can take that mini back as soon as it's been cleared out. Looks like we've got some suicide grunt connects over here, and Loon is going to be pushed back. Over on Loon's side of the map, he has a hero out who's has his shield lowered by more than half by a single chopper. That's impressive. That's some micro right there. That's commendable. We've got Suis, we've got jump pack brutes, and grunts. I don't think there are any shrapnel mines, though, as it's not even 5 minutes in and the wall already has enough power to tech up. Here, I think actually the wall is favored in this engagement. Although there's a siphon and a vortex, that's probably going to sway things. Although I think the wall, Loon burned his hero's Y ability on a single chopper, which wasn't the smartest decision. He could have really used that now. Suicide Grunt's coming in too late to save the hero, which is unfortunate. Although they do connect. Yeah, not bad. Decent connect. And Loon seems to have taken the L once again in that engagement. Lost his hero. Lost a bunch of grunts that he used Siphon on to Suis. And he's just now getting shrapnel mines. That's not really fortunate timing. typically, pro tip guys, typically you want to get your unit upgrades before engage. But that's okay. The wall, meanwhile, has Tech 2. So, as Atriox, he can either decide to spam Marauder and expand, or what he can do is he can get Dark Skies and spam Jump Pack Brutes. That works too, because, you know, Jump Pack Brutes are definitely not meant to attack buildings, but units. That's how it was intended, right? Loon has enough to tech now, so any second now. There we go. He has his War Council up, so he's, well, yeah, he's already got his hero back up. If you fail, try again. Certainly not a bad philosophy to live by. Going in with a chopper to get a scout off. He's also floating over 1,000 resources. He could literally take this and take that and just try and play defense on that, and that would probably be his best bet. But it seems that the wall is going for the Marauder spam. Or at least, if I had to guess from his build, that's what he's going to be doing. He's just going to put his eco on his main, and then get up in expansion, put like 3 foundries on that, and then just spam Marauder as if he was playing Pavium or something. He still has his raid camp up, I'm guessing, if Loon wanted to be aggressive again. But really, that is not even within the realm of feasibility with how hard Loon got pushed back with that initial push. But Loon still stacking a lot of blue here, going interesting combo, Foundry and Apex. Most of the time, you just want to double down on vehicles, or you go like Apex and Raid Camp so that you can go Hunter Banshee, which does work pretty successfully against Marauders. Although it gets more complicated once a few Reavers get into the mix. We have a Tech 2 Chosen out as well, gonna snipe that Suicide Grunt. That's gonna be a good pick if you can get it. Slowing rounds, gonna pick off that Jump Pack Brute. The Warlord is also Tech 2 though, so if he gets off... Okay, there's... The double stun there was kind of unnecessary. Ever since Season 5, I have had quite a bit of practice with stuns with Decimus. I would run Decimus against Forge when he's OP, and I'd just try and pull in the Forge Hog, stun him with the Y ability, then once he gets unstunned, then use the Vortex, just so that you constantly have him stunned, and you're not burning a leader point needlessly on a unit that's already stunned, which I think Loon, if he had done that, he would have been able to kill that Chosen, but unfortunately for Loon, the Chosen lives another day. So, I did say he was going to put down 3 foundries, and I guess that was a little bit inaccurate, but my prophecy is coming true here. He needs to upgrade this power extractor. Always want to upgrade those as quickly as possible. Upgrading them gives you a significantly increased income. Loon doing a bit better job spending his blue, it seems. That's good to see. And he's taking the middle node. Another thing he could do is just send a singular infantry unit over here to take that, which I think he's doing right now. Meanwhile, Wall is taking a 3rd. So he's putting himself kind of in more of a defensive stance with a play like that, which is absolutely fine. He should be able to hold this if the Loon, I'm mixing their names together now. If Loon decided he wanted to push, which it seems like he's more content to just meander along the middle section of the map for now. While also massing a fair bit of Suicide Grunts, which looking at the Loon, oh my god, I said it again, the Loon. Why don't I just call them Loonsmile? Why not that? Loonsmile, the Loonsmile766. But if they were to engage, I'm sure those suicide grunts would put in pretty good work, seeing as Loon does have a fair amount of infantry here. And it looks like he got Pack Brother. Normally I skip over that upgrade, but with Decimus, it is understandable, as with Boundless Siphon, those grunts become very powerful to the point where you should see the time to kill for the Vet 3 Ranger that Shippy has against one Boundless Siphon grunt squad. It's like insanely long. Like unreasonably long. It's stupid. Loon mixing in some engineers. He has hit max pop, so he needs to upgrade his pop so he can queue more stuff. Same can be said for the wall. The wall does have the advantage of having his third up earlier, though. Both players being extremely cautious, just preferring to sit back. This strategy is going to benefit the wall more in the long run, though. I don't think Loon has seen this third. Let's see. No, he has no idea that the wall has a third base. So that's why you scout. If you scout and you see that, hey, my enemy has 3 bases and I have 2, that means I need to be aggressive. But since Loon has not scouted, instead he's just kind of sitting on his side of the map, putting up a shield generator, and we might be spectating a rather long game, which is okay. That Jerome mirror definitely could have been longer. Hannibal, be nice. Don't make me ban you. Bannable. No splits whatsoever. None. I mean, there was an attempt there, it seemed like halfway through the beam, but not really. And here's Decimus, though. That's going to be a juicy Y ability if he uses it. Yeah, there it is. That, he should have saved his bulwark for that. Here comes a Vortex going to help him. I think Loon might have this engagement, simply because the wall has nothing to deal with the double hero combo. Looks like he just got Boundless Fury, seeing as Warlord has the little arrow. No, that was just killing things. Okay, the wall recuperating after that bad engagement. And Loon is content to push on a mini. If he had scouted this, I think it would have been better for him to just circle around and hit this, since it's unshielded. And meanwhile, both these bases are shielded, so it's going to be significantly harder for Loon to push through it. As you can see, I have a lot of graphical glitches. I have these random pillars of earth rising up through the ground. I get that a lot. I also have gotten glitches where I spawn into the game with a purple tinted screen, also yellow and green. I think by the end of the year I might be able to complete all of the colors of the rainbow. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. Yep, there it is. He really should have saved that. He could have gotten more into the middle of that army and used it to more effect, but that's fine. He did red bar that Reaver and a Marauder, so not exactly too bad of a liability there. At this point in the game, since he does have, I would say, the advantage, seeing as he took that engagement so favorably, he could just build a few locusts and sit them up on this ledge, and that would break the shield pretty easily. Hannibal, I talk about what I want to talk about. Rainbows are awesome. I had a rainbow end in my backyard once, and guess what? There was no pot of gold. I felt as if I had been cheated. Anyway. we have a push. This might be an overextension. I think it is, because we're going to see Loon bring the double hero, infamous double hero, into this, and it will most likely melt all the Marauders. I think Rangers aren't exactly a great unit, but they would certainly help against these heroes. Pure Marauder spam probably won't deal with this, especially when you're talking about Decimus, who can just spam his own Marauders and they're automatically better. Okay, will we see any splits from the wall? Not really. No, not really at all. That's okay. He could have bulwarked that, I guess, but maybe it was on cooldown. That Y ability kind of seemed a little bit useless. That might have been a misclick. The Trox is starred up now, which is a little bit scary. Loon tried to vortex it, but he missed. I think he did get the hero right at the end there. Here comes another beam out of the wall this time. Not that juicy of a beam compared to the one that Loon got on him. He does kill a Marauder and red bar another one. So not terrible. But we have a lot more reinforcements coming in here. The wall's eco kicking in. Looks like he's going to be able to main down this base, which is surprising. Yeah, he's got it, which plants him in the lead, like, by quite a bit. Although he could have killed that startup warlord, and that would have saved him a lot of pain in the future. I think the Terminator's gearing up to have a field day. Once he gets his star, he gets quite hard to kill. Although, Chosen is no slouch. It's just that all Loon needs is just to pull him in, stun him, and then surround him with his units, and Chosen's dead. It really comes down to micro, though. Oh, and we have another push, just relentless from the wall here. Loon, no shield here. However, a shield is coming up. I don't know if the wall is going to spot it. Looks like he's not going to. He's going to try and aim it down, but it's not going to happen. Excuse the pillars rising up from the earth. Shield actually won't be all that much of a problem. He has way too many Marauders for a shield to stop this push. Cloaking gen definitely not going to go up in time, although if it did go up, the wall doesn't have any detect, so. Here comes Loon's army, and he does have a couple NGs, but he needs to really get them on the base if he wants to save it. The wall opting to come around this way, it seems. He has a lot of resources. He could upgrade his pop and maybe go for a scarab. Aatrox's scarab definitely is not bad, although Decimus's is quite scary as well. Yeah, the wall just kind of circling around here, and he's going to hit it again, but in doing so, he has allowed the Cloaky Boy to come up. Now, riddle me this. Who would win, full pop Marauders or one Cloaky Boy? The answer is one Cloaky Boy, if you didn't know. He really needs to upgrade his pop. There's really no reason this shouldn't be upgraded. There's also no reason this shouldn't be upgraded. There's no reason he shouldn't be at 120 pop, either. So, a lot of reasons for things here. Wow, that's a juicy pull he got with his Decimus. Those Marauders are just gonna melt. It looks like Loon is opting in for a bit more of a counter ball with a lot of Hunter, which is, I guess it's an interesting way to play it. Really, you're going to be able to take engagements better, but you're not going to be able to push as easily because you just don't have the building damage. Also, since he's Decimus, it's like, why not just mirror him? You'll have the same stuff, but yours is better because you have passives. So, I don't know. Push 2 Electric Boogaloo coming in hot, this time with detection. And Loon is way out of position. I think it's going to be a rip for this base, and in turn a rip for this game. I could be wrong, but I really don't think I am. Yeah, this base going to drop within a matter of seconds. There could be a glassing beam 2 come down and wipe this, and then have an epic counter push or something, but I doubt it. Now it's kind of just a matter of time, a matter of the wall saying, when do I want to push in and end Loon's existence? It seems like he has decided now. He should have eradication by now, so he could just erad this base, drop the shield. Army's not that big of a problem. Although, that Decimus, oh god. Now that hurt. That hurt a lot. Oh, and here comes the beam. 2 beams, actually. I think he might have canceled that beam in order to use Unbreakable. Here comes the eradication. They're just dropping literally every leader power they have in their kit. Warlord takes about a single shield bar of damage from that eradication. Fair and balanced. But on the other hand, pretty much everything Loon has is dead except a double hero. Although the same can be said for the wall. I think he lost his Starred Chosen. I didn't catch that, but that's quite a big loss. Although wall is still coming out ahead because, I mean, it's 3 bases to 2, gonna be 4 bases to 2 soon. And there's not gonna be much Loon can do to stop that, since he just doesn't have the same production capacity that the wall does. Like, let's just compare ecos here. We've got nearly 4,000 blue compared to 200, and 1,000 power to 100 power. So, game is pretty much over. Just a matter of time. Did mention a Scarab. I can check to see if that's in the plan. I'm not even seeing a War Council. Where is that? Something happened to that mini. I don't know what. He's just getting Fortify Base Upgrade 3 because, you know, his base is in such danger of getting pushed. I don't know if he has his Chosen back out. I'm not seeing it. Oh wait, nope, he does. There it is. Really, there's no reason Loon should have 3 nodes. There's no reason Loon should have any nodes, actually. As long as you have a bigger army, you should have all the nodes. Because, well, you're the one running the show when it comes to map control when you have the bigger army. Wall just seems content to sit back and build up his base, though. Which, you know, it's a slow burn, but it gets the job done. Decimus at this point. I mean, mid-game Decimus is very strong, obviously, because the double hero and just how devastating that Y ability is. But once the wall has all of his units fully upgraded, like vehicle level 3, which I think he most likely has, like undoubtedly, that's not going to do as much damage. And once you get into the later game, Aatrox's kit is just better suited for these types of engagements than Decimus is. Interestingly enough, it seems like the wall is transitioning into mass air. As we all know, air is OP, and there's nothing that the wall is going to be able to do to stop it, especially with grunts. I honestly don't know why he has so many grunts, although it seems to be working for what it's worth. The wall using his extensive game knowledge to abuse air in all of its OP-ness. And he's just going to deprive the Loon of his mini bases. Blasting Beam 3 back. And he has another leader point, which he probably just spent. Actually, no. Aatrox does not get Blasting Beam 3. So he maxes out at 2. That is an advantage that I guess Loon could have. Glassing Beam 3 versus Glassing Beam 2. Wraiths is a questionable decision, especially with all this air. Plus, with an eco like he has, Marauders are just way more cost efficient. This would be a great choke point for an eradication, but I don't know if he has it. Here comes Beam 2, that works as well, and that's gonna melt all this. The counterplay though, with Teleport though, is OP. Teleport OP, please nerf. However, that did mean that he had to split his army in two. A good Y ability there, red barring a significant amount of Banshees. However, there's only one Reaver here, and it's like red bar, so he's not going to be able to stop this push. The wall, not pushing though. Am I going to have to... Hetchy, I'm not fat. I told you, I am like 130 pounds, okay? Yeah, I might have to cue the Jeopardy music. Because the wall has taken his time to put this to an end. He has let this base come up. I don't know why he didn't... he didn't have to let that happen. I think he definitely could have pushed that a bit earlier before it was more developed. Yeah. Seems like it's just gonna be a turtle game for Loon. Why do people use retard units? If pounds were retard units, then America would not use them. Okay? America is the second best country on the planet. You know where Germany is? It's like, I don't even know. It's not even worth rating. It's just not even that great. Know what the best country is though? Denmark. I bet Jedi, I bet you're triggered by the fact that you have literally the best country sitting on top of your head, just overshadowing your every move. It's like having a big brother who is more successful than you in every way. I think we're getting a little bit off topic, but I mean, what is there? What is there to cast? This is just late game retardation at this point. Yeah, so my screen looks like AIDS. Teleport a little bit late there and didn't catch a lot of his units. Is this lost? Best is Finland. How's the best Finland? Terminator gonna do his best to hold this off, but I mean, realistically, what's he gonna do? There's a Scarab sitting at your front door. No, Hetchy, you still spelled it wrong. Beam really not doing anything. Decimus and the Warlord. Name a more iconic duo. Oh, wait. I find it stupid that they can pull Scarabs. Like, that's just dumb. You know how much this thing must weigh? More than me. I'm not fat. I'm 130 pounds. Right, Hitchy? Japan is cool? No, Japan is not cool. Japan is for weebs, as everyone knows. I don't quite know what this Scarab is doing right now. I think he's just gonna step on them until they die. Someone play sad music. That's it. Neck, why you gotta come at my mom like that? Why you gotta drag her into this? Okay, nearly a 30-minute game. That was... I hope you all had your fun watching that, because that was probably like a whole 10 minutes longer than it needed to be. We will see if they decide to change maps or not. Personally, I like to change maps because I get tired of Rift 24/7. But okay, Bedrock, don't message me. I'm not in control. I should be in control, but I'm not. Well, this is match point. If if the wall takes this one, okay, Hetchy agrees with Habable apparently. Hannibal, you know what that means. You have to make a Smurf called Habable Lecter now. Yeah, if the wall takes this, it will be over. Hopefully the Loon can get one game under his belt here. We don't want to see a sweep. Stream hasn't even been going on for an hour. Although without a co-caster, I have to say my voice isn't exactly holding up too great, but that's alright. I just realized these guys are both rank 84. The stars have aligned. I take some bears. Hetchy's had some bears, apparently. Oh, Kinsano versus Serena is going to be something. Loon does main Serena. Certainly, I would say not exactly a good choice of leader to main, seeing as she comes in dead last on the leader tier list in pretty much every single good player's list. Meanwhile, Kinsano is probably one of the best UNSC to pick, up there with Anders and Cutter. Okay, so Jackrabbit right off the bat queued from the wall, and double supply going both for supply with the Marines. Once again, not going for the power. Wall, buddy. You gotta gather power. It's an essential ingredient to winning. We're actually having mirroring builds so far. Including the lack of power gathering, so.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
Oh, never mind. Loon is deciding he wants to delay his gen a little bit. He's going to go gen 4th. Meanwhile, Wall is going gen 3rd. Which honestly, if you're not gonna gather power with one of your starting Marines, it might actually be better to go gen 4th because you can upgrade it the moment it comes up rather than going gen 3rd and waiting and then upgrading it. Though it doesn't look like the wall has upgraded it at, you know, a terrible time here. It's just it could be faster. Wall doing his standard build, gen 3rd, 5th. He's gonna be getting his minis now. Same deal over here. Just very slightly differing builds. Loon instead opting to go gen 4th, 5th, which gives you a little bit more supply, I guess. Not much being queued. Gen upgrade out of the wall. Nothing out of Loon.
Watchtower constructed.
2 minutes in, both players do not have all their minis.
Generator upgrade complete.
Loon could just go for a watchtower here. Yeah, that's what he did. And once he gets cryotech advancements, that's going to make his base quite hard to push. He needs to upgrade this gen. He has quite enough power. There he goes.
Mini base complete.
I know back when Serena was good, as long ago as that was, people would go like double gen on bedrock and then just go triple barracks and spam cryo troopers, then get the
Mini base complete.
dispersion equivalent upgrade as fast as they could, and that was
Generator
actually quite
upgrade
effective.
complete.
If he did that, I think that would be effective against this build, seeing as the wall only has 15 pop out as it stands.
Our base is under
Loon
attack.
going in, scouting with a jackrabbit, maybe hoping to get a mini steal. Once again, that's not going to happen 3 minutes in. Pretty much every player, unless you're in Bronze League, is going to have their minis by now. Wall doing the same thing, getting a scout off with the jackrabbit, seeing, oh, okay, I see, this is what it's going to boil down to. You spamming watchtowers and me trying to break you. Now, while Serena is, you know, a horrible leader, she's actually really got good on this map.
Turret constructed.
It's something a lot of people seem to overlook. This map is very good for siege because you've got these little elevated platforms in the middle, and you've also got these nodes very close together. So if you want to push out across the map, nearly wherever you walk is going to be a winter wonderland. So. Mike, turn me on. Okay, can we dial down some of the homosexuality in this chat right now? Please? Mike, be my
Turret
daddy.
Constructed.
Mike, you gotta get a handle on your fans.
Barracks constructed. Leader point earned.
Barracks, ice cream truck, barracks. Okay, so pretty aggressive
Upgrade
play.
complete.
Out of Loon, which is kind of strangely aggressive for going for all these defensive measures with the anti-infantry turret, and a Frost Raven. Definitely not advisable. Those things cost 100 power. You could honestly half that power price, and it would still be overpriced, but that's alright. Loon can do what he wants. Meanwhile, Wall is just gonna take map control. I'm not bigoted. I don't hate... I do hate anime, okay? I won't lie about that. I'm not bigoted against anyone else. Just weebs. And Palafox, actually. Weebs and Palafox, that's all. Am I still top 20? Yeah, I'm like 15 currently. However, I haven't really been playing ranked a lot, so I've been sliding down a little bit. Yeah, Loon went double barracks and then just sat at his base, which is
Generator constructed.
not something I would do. I just haven't watched the right anime. I doubt that. If he hates anime, it means he doesn't like girls. No, that's not what that means. Where did you draw that conclusion? I really don't know where you got that from. No expansions
Generator
yet,
upgrade complete.
even though both players are floating quite a bit. I have no idea what the wall is doing with this amount of supply stacked. Guess you could go fast tech 3, but really, in most situations, I think an expo is preferable. He's got his army a bit split
The
here,
enemy has captured our power node.
so he's getting caught out of position, getting a few units lost to the dreaded ice cream truck. He's all unitsing. I'm sure he was intending to get these flamers over here to take down a mini. That's why you use hold position. Okay, here comes the lockdown and the ice cubes. Have I watched Code of
Generator upgrade.
Geass? What? No.
Combat
I've
mechanics
never heard of
reset.
it, let alone watched it. Is that Hell Charge I just saw? Yeah, I think that's Hell Charge. I have no idea why he got Hell Charge. I'm not sure if the players are playing seriously anymore. But if they're not, you know what? I don't blame them. It's past midnight now. Loon
Command center
is
upgrade.
about to lose his ice cream truck. However, he doesn't. because the wall does not want to
Firebase
push,
constructed.
which, once again, I'm not going to blame them for that. If you're going to kill ice cubes, probably shouldn't do it at close range, because you're going to get frozen like that. Sick casting. Yeah, I pride myself on my ability to somehow get the topic changed to anime instead of game.
Researched.
So we have grenades researched 8 minutes in. You know, I think Akon once joked about a 7-minute thick hide push, and then that actually became meta at one point. So maybe one day we'll see a 8-minute grenade throw push become meta. You know, you never know.
Air pad constructed.
Once again, the wall's army is kind of split, and he can't get away because of the power nodes freezing him.
Researched.
Loon really needs to take an expo, although it looks like the wall is doing a pretty good job of keeping eyes on this, as he's got a marine on hold position up on the high ground there. Loon probably... Actually, no, this isn't actually an overextension.
Our base is
Wall,
under
for
attack.
some reason, I don't know if he just stopped playing or something, but he's only at 32 pop.
Turret constructed.
Like, there's no reason he should only be at 32 pop. Yeah, it seems
Logistics
Wall
level
got
2
hell
researched.
charge over the upgrading hell drop, which is not something I agree with, but you know, I don't play a lot of these. Serena isn't as bad as y'all think.
Turret upgraded.
I think Serena is worse than most people think. It's just that she's really good on this map.
Air pad constructed.
Anti-infantry
Turret
turret back here. Alone, not going to be enough. However, Loon doesn't seem to know that, and he's pulling off of the base, even though Wall only has 33 pop of units.
Upgrade complete.
Loon does have a second base.
Turret
Just
upgrade.
waiting on him
Supply
to
pad
build on it.
constructed.
Leader power
He should
ready.
probably get another gen and then upgrade his pop. And scout this out. Really, he needs to scout this out before it gets upgraded. Otherwise, it's going to get defended. And then he's going to have that
Supply pad
on his...
constructed. Supply pad constructed.
Hornet ready.
Okay, I'm back. It's happening. We started
Combat
casting this with
station
low
upgrade
batteries,
complete.
so yeah, I didn't think it would come to this, but
Our base
we
is
had
under
to have
attack.
a 30-minute game apparently.
Leader power ready.
Hopefully it doesn't go out again, but it might, and if it does, I apologize.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
46 pop versus 78. This shouldn't be a hard expo to tackle. The wall just trying to assert his dominance here
Leader power
by going
ready.
air. There goes an Inferno. Actually, not a bad Inferno.
Our base is under attack.
Look at all those red bar units.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
And this is getting wiped. A lot of snipers in here. You know, it would be great if snipers could kill air,
Turret
but
constructed.
they can't.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, batteries went out again. The wall better end this quickly. Yeah, I don't want both batteries going out like
Supply
every 5
pad
seconds.
constructed.
I think we all see the way this game is going.
Our base is under attack. Watchtower constructed.
Wall, flame walling the base, and aiming it down with its hornets. Combat tech though coming in, combat tech absolutely obliterates air. Here comes the big drop. That could sway the fight, but yeah, it actually seems to be saving the base, surprisingly. You know what I could do next time my batteries go out? I could quickly swap the batteries from my other controller into this one. So if it goes out again, that is what I'll do. 13 minutes into this game and I already feel like it should be over. If you got napalm missiles, the wall could just boop and be done with that base.
Constructed.
But once again, we're in it for the long game. Hopefully not that long of a game with the Desi versus Trox, 30 minutes. Combat tech, fulfilling their tech role.
Bison ready for orders.
For some reason when I play, I never seem to get my Marines to do this. They just kind of stand there and they don't heal. They're like, nah.
Watchtower constructed.
Sound off, Marines!
Supply pad upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Okay, there we go.
Our base is under
New
attack.
batteries installed. Alright. What's that?
Turret upgraded.
We got air with hell charge. We have a leader point. Some
Leader power
watchtowers to make things difficult.
turret constructed.
Oh, that is my son. Oh, so yeah, that's what this game is gonna be. Serena, while she's good on this map, I don't think it's really that good of an idea to go Frostraven. I think that's where Loon messed up. Frostraven third point really just isn't that great.
Turret upgraded.
Loon going in for the counter push.
Turret constructed.
Somehow the wall is allowing this. He has full pop. Where is it? Here it is. That's gonna come in and hopefully wipe this.
Turret upgrade.
I say hopefully because I just want the game to end.
Wingmen researched.
There is Glacial Storm, the single worst 12 o'clock in the
Level
game.
1 researched.
And would you look at that, my mobility bros were right all along. Air can just fly away. What you don't understand is air can fly. That's the advantage of air.
Leader power
The
ready.
base might still go down though. Will it? It might. The base goes down. Wow. Okay, so Loon pretty much got wiped, but the base goes down. Now the Loon. I keep saying the Loon. Why do I keep saying this? What he needs to worry about is repopping and getting enough of an army up so that he can defend a counter push on his base. I have to say, for how
Our base is under
strangely this game was played, it's been pretty back and forth. Although this Inferno is probably going to change things. Loon's down to 31 pop. Wall is looking hot. Yeah, this base is going to drop.
Mini base constructed.
Then it's going to be 3 bases to 1. And hopefully then the game will end rather quickly as opposed to that last game on Rift. There it is. The towel has been thrown in. We have a 3-0 victory for the TheWall766. Good games. 17 minutes, not too bad. Well, I'm glad to have had the opportunity to cast this. Looking at these stats, looks like all the Loon, I said it again. All Loonsmile had on wall was units built. Which makes sense, you know, if you're spamming units into their death, that tends to happen. But I hope both players can look over this and realize that they should collect power first and foremost. And besides that, just a few other things. But I guess thank you to the participants for playing. Hopefully Loon isn't too beat up about that. Wall, I think, has been getting better. Oh, hey, you just joined right in time for me to compliment you. Wow, perfect timing. Yeah, I guess